Hi, every pony on YouTube. This is RJ back with another reading. It's been a while, and I've got some new toys, so I wanted to try and do something a little bit more engaging. Again, this is a story that I wrote, Heart of the Party, and I hope you enjoy. I have some announcements after the video, so just stay tuned after. Thank you. Heart of the Party. Written and read by IamtheRealmJumper. It was a gusty day in Ponyville. All the Pegasi were setting the clouds in their proper place for the big storm that was scheduled for that afternoon. Pinkie looked out from the bakery window at Sugarcube Corner. Dark, heavy clouds made her depressed. She pondered why that was. Was it the subdued color? Was it she didn't like the thunder that seemed to accompany these kind of storms?
Pinkie, can you lend a hoof and pull out the fresh batch of cookies from the oven? We're almost out of chocolate chips, so I'm heading out to get some.
Mrs. Cakes called from the other room.
On it!
Pinkie called back cheerily, for a moment forgetting the storm that was brewing outside.
Oh, while you're out getting chocolate chips, can you pick up some cinnamon too? I was thinking of trying a new recipe I just thought of 5 minutes ago.
She could hear Mrs. Cakes chuckling in the next room.
Sure thing, dear. Anything else I can pick up for you?
Pinkie thought for a split second.
No, that's all. Oh, I'll make some scones after the cookies are done. Make some muffins instead. Derpy is going to have an after-storm party for all the Pegasi who are helping out today, and she wants to treat them to some muffins. You know how that filly is about your muffins. Muffins in general.
Pinkie laughed, coming into the oven room, seeing Mrs. Cakes off.
Wait!
Pinkie jumped, like she'd just gotten a static shock.
Derpy is hosting a party, and she didn't invite me?
Mrs. Cakes gave her a frown.
She did mention it was for the storm crew and that she wanted it to be a small little celebration.
But Pinkie was already planning in her head. Muffins? Of course, she'd make muffins. She'd also need confetti. Lots of confetti. Party hats. And cake would be good too. Oh, and some party pranks.
Pinkie,
Mrs. Cake interrupted the thought process.
It's Derpy's first party she's throwing for her friends. I know how much you love parties, but let her have this one. We can throw a party of our own later, but let this one be. What?
Pinkie blinked.
And miss all the fun? How could you have a party without the party pony herself? Pinkie, dear.
Mrs. Cakes walked up to the pink mare and put a hoof on her shoulder.
You are exceptional at throwing parties, and you should be. After all, that is your cutie mark. But a party is no fun if one pony hogs it all and makes it about herself. I know you really want to join, but just make the muffins. When Derpy put in the order this morning, she was positively glowing with excitement over this.
With a sigh, which was uncharacteristic for herself, Pinkie had to admit Mrs. Cakes was right. Derpy deserved to have her chance to throw her own party. The idea of throwing a different party was entertaining, but she shouldn't upstage the Pegasus with her own antics.
I really don't like these kind of thunderstorms,
Pinkie admitted. Mrs. Cakes gave her a worried look.
Why not? Are you not feeling well?
Pinkie shook her head, her poofy mane bobbing back and forth.
No, it's just I don't know why. But the dark clouds just seem to suck all the happiness and fun right out of me. I don't know why.
Mrs. Cakes patted the pink mare's head.
It's normal, dear. Even the happiest pony doesn't feel happy all the time.
Pinkie nodded and turned to the large bakery ovens to pull out the chocolate chip cookies to cool and to get the muffins ready.
But I don't want to be normal,
Pinkie muttered to herself, feeling anxiety eat at her stomach.
I want to be happy all the time. I don't like this feeling.
The bell over the door chimed. Pinkie turned, expecting to see Mrs. Cakes coming back in, having forgotten something, but it was a gray Pegasus instead.
Hi, Pinkie,
Derpy said, a smile spreading across her face. Clearly Derpy had put a lot of work into the party she was going to throw, which gave Pinkie a pang of jealousy. She wished she could go. It might give her good ideas to use at her own parties. Hey, she could get in on the ploy of research for parties. Twilight would be proud.
Hi, Derpy,
Pinkie smiled back.
I heard you're throwing a party for the storm crew.
Pinkie gave her one of her signature giggle laughs.
Sounds like fun. I wish I were on the storm crew.
Derpy's grin waned as she suddenly became more interested in the display of new cookies rather than the pink pony herself.
Yeah,
Derpy said uncomfortably.
It's just a little get-together with some friends. I wouldn't even call it a party compared to what you can throw.
Pinkie immediately felt bad. Without thinking, she had said the right thing to ruin Derpy's day, and she and Derpy were friends. But Pinkie forgot from time to time that her friends had other friends too.
You know what would really liven up the party?
Pinkie asked, searching around in her head for a way to patch up the mistake. Derpy shook her head, looking more down.
Great,
Pinkie thought to herself.
2 in a row. Boy, I feel like the jerkiest jerk in Jerkville. Some party muffins,
Pinkie suggested.
I'm making them right now. If you want, I can make the most winsome, tastiest, most uber delicious muffins in all of Ponyville. You'll be the best party host ever.
That will solve it, right? But Derpy looked like she just gotten slapped across the face. Her eyes welled up with tears.
I'm sorry.
Pinkie blinked.
For what?
Pinkie asked, putting on a fake smile. She did want to go to the party, and not being invited stung more than just a little.
For not inviting you,
Derpy replied.
I was so excited about throwing a party for my friends, and for the storm crew too. It was such a big job. We had to search for miles to get these kind of storm clouds. I wanted to give them all a good time for a job well done. I forgot about inviting you, and once I did remember, I already made it for the storm crew only. I feel bad.
Pinkie looked at her friend for a moment. Pinkie wished she'd never knew about the party. She wished Mrs. Cakes had asked Pinkie to get the needed ingredients instead of tending to the shop. Pinkie shook her head, walking around the counter, and hugged her friend.
Don't be. I'm making the muffins. I get to help out at least.
Derpy nodded, sniffing a bit, and wiping her hooves across her eyes, drying up her tears.
Thanks, Pinkie.
Pinkie smiled. This time, it was a truly genuine smile, for the pink pony could never see one of her friends sad or unhappy. It was then she discovered that a party isn't fun because of the games, or the food, or even because of the practical jokes ponies could pull on one another. A party was fun, because if you took all that away, you had friends together with friends, and that was the true heart of the party.
So, what kind of muffins do you want me to make?
Thank you for listening to my story. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, and subscribe. I'll be more than happy to do more things like this. And if this is the type of reading that you all like to hear, please let me know in the comment section. If you can, tell me how I can improve. I'm always looking to improve myself, and hopefully I'll get well enough at art that I'll feel comfortable making art of what readings I do. That way you're looking at something a bit more personalized rather than just a background. But yeah, please comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know how I'm doing. Thank you.